Hello, friends. So today we will prepare an 2025 OS lab. And in our previous video, we have installed 2025 OS, but we will start from scratch today and we will go a little bit more further and we will install domain controller on 2025 and we will install one additional machine and we'll join to the domain. So be with us and we start now. Let's create one machine. Let's go here and right, we need to close this. Yeah. And we start a new machine from here, create new machine. We keep it typical and we will put the OS later on. Windows OS 2025. Good. Pin 25 DC01. And I would take like approx 40 GB disk. It is dynamic disk, so it will only use as much it needed and finish. So I will move this machine into my OU. And before we start, we will added some resources. We have 2 GB RAM. This is okay. I will go to the number of CPUs, core. Yes. Uh, I think I need to change the disk. I need to map the ISO as well. And then I will pick my ISO, which is 2025. Network, I will move to my VNet 8, which is my internal netting. Net address, so I have internet access, but yeah, and we start now. Press space. I will mute myself because it will take time, but I will cut some clips in between so that you don't have to watch whole video for whole installation process. But yeah, we will definitely cover all the steps needed in between. I agree. Here, and we will go with the standard version. Accept. Looks fine. Proceed further. And now we are starting up. In my previous video, I have created one 2025 machine and joined 2090 OS Windows domain. That worked fine. There is no issue at all. You can also try with 2016 domain. It will work. There is no compatibility problem. But now we are trying with the domain controller running on 2025. And we all know that 2025 OS has recently came generally available for public. I think it's good to try out stuffs quickly and stay updated. You can see it's a very quick installation. It doesn't take much time as 2023, 2022 OS was taking, or 2019 or 2016. And I don't have much resource on my VM actually. It's running on 2 GB RAM and 2 CPU, and still it's quick installation. And I'm running many machines on my one server. I think meanwhile I can also shoot another 2020 as a normal machine, which I will join to the domain. That would be a good choice for us to try with that actually. So we go to this, we shoot in one more machine, and so we save some time. C01 is for client machine, and I don't need 40 GB. I can survive with 30 GB on this. Finish. So now we are utilizing our time. So 25, and we start it up. Let's see what's happening with our another domain controller machine, which we were installing out. Yeah, 76%. Not bad. Now we have another machine shooting up at the same time. So now we are putting load on our server. This will be fine. No issues at all. You can try making this lab in your laptop if you have enough space or resources and disk. There is no problem. You can install VMware Workstation, or you can install uh, Oracle Virtual PC. There are many softwares available. You can use Hyper-V as well. But in my experience, I don't see any problem with the VMware Workstation. It works fine. I had some issues with Hyper-V. It was hanging. The 2025, I'm not sure if there is some compatibility issues still there. Maybe I need to get the new version. But yeah, I don't see any issues at all with the VMware Workstation. So I can recommend you to use VMware Workstation for uh, making your lab. I hope you're following my videos, because we are doing two stuffs at the same time. Mm. That's how we IT people work. Yeah, no issues anywhere. Good. Good. My domain controller is getting ready. Here is my easy password for the lab. Doesn't matter. It's not getting into production or anywhere. It's my just lab, and I destroy it afterwards. So when you, yeah, don't keep easy passwords in your system. It's good for you and good for your company. All right, my machine is ready. I need to deploy VMware tools on this. So let's hit send a command. Getting in to the machine. Meanwhile, our agent machine is also getting ready. So now we are doing two things, saving time. I'm happy and I think you guys are also enjoying this video. I have multiple channels in YouTube. One is normal about virtual in OS and virtualization. Another is about cybersecurity. So I would advise you guys to follow my both channels because I'm putting content into both channels when accordingly I get time to build videos and labs stuff. All right, so this machine is ready and I need to fix an IP addresses on this. It has internet access. Okay, let's change the IPs. Let's see what it has got because it may be conflicting IP config. It has got 158 class and yeah, I think I have different class for something else. But I can still use this class in this small lab. 58, 140. And I don't need 140 on this. I already using this IP somewhere else if I'm right. Uh, IP assignment, let's do not do PSCP manual. Right, my gateway is .2 and 140 is the domain controller. Okay, let's change this. Mm. I can take like 19B. There is no differences for the subnet mask in my lab. I can have the gateway as same. Or it's just my machine. I don't need to put a gateway. I can put just leave it blank. For DNS, I could select and yeah, I tell him to look for your own self DNS. But I think I need to have a gateway, which is good. Yes, 192.168. Otherwise, I won't get internet it on my machine. Let's see. But I need to install uh, VMware, VMware tool on this machine, which is important. So we get a good look actually. Otherwise, it looks very messy at the moment. Yeah, drive as mapped. What's going on here? It's also getting ready and yeah, okay. So now we are setting password on my client machine, which is also 2025 server. So now we go back to our domain controller again and we need to install our VMware tool. So we get all the graphics support and acceleration and everything on this machine. Typically it's okay and install it. Now meanwhile the VMware tool is getting installed on the domain controller, we can come back to our machine, which we have prepared. Yeah, it's a different password. It must have got an IP address as well. So I need to ensure that it gets get in a DNS as my new server, which is 190. I have placed IP in. Yeah. Now you see, after installing the VMware tool, our domain controller looks very nice. Restart it. I can remove ISO from my machine. I don't need it. So I save resources. So let's focus back on our server machine, domain controller, which we are going to promote. And we log in here. We log in. Mm. So server manager is opening. We will start from here. We have to wait. I guess it's doing something. Otherwise, it add and role and features. Let's see. We have to wait. It's collecting data. Now, no, wait again. Yeah, it's my lab and I don't have much resources. So yeah, it's starting some services. We have to see what is happening. But now we can start. I think it's good to put a name change on this machine. We can change the name to Win25DC01. Yeah. Mm. We starting now again. We back to our client machine. Sorry, we are switching from here to there, but I think we are trying to utilize time and make this video short so that we don't have any problems with the time and you don't have to watch a long video to just understand this 2025 OS. So we are back to our domain controller and we will stay there. We will go back to client machine when we need to, but not at the moment. We have to wait for this to finish, but we can see the host name has changed. It's still fetching information. So yeah, now it has come. Let's see. Yeah, we go further. We go further. 190 is our IP machine IP address, and we will see. We will check. Yeah, Active Directory services. Active Directory domain services stores information about object network and then available to users, domain controllers to give network access to your this. Yeah. I don't have to put anything else on this machine. It's a simple installation. We could definitely do more, but let's not do this. If we want this to use as a DNS server as well, we could use DNS server set up on this. And I think, yeah, it will ask us in the further stage. So let's do it right now. I don't want to make any changes here. Next, next, and install. It may ask for the ISO, which I have removed, but let's see. If it asks, you can map it again. Now we are back to our client machine. What we just need to change the IP, the DNS, because I don't want it to go to my. Or what I can do actually, I have taken 190 as an IP address there. And I can tell him 192.168.58.191 is my IP and 255.255.255.0 is my subnet mask. 192.168. I can tell it to gateway and 58.2 and DNS. I need to be sure 168.58.190 is my DNS server. And we need to make sure our DN network is same here actually. So we're not doing any mistakes in the lab. Yeah, we have the same gateway, so it will find out. Now it is asking us to do a further work. And this I will say 2025 lab.local and I need to select, yeah, this is a new, sorry. Yeah, to be sure what you're doing. So this is a new domain controller to the new forest, completely new lab. So nothing, there is no existing domain. So you have to select the last option, add a new forest. Click next and it will ask for the password. Definitely I have to look for my, yeah, it's taking time. Yeah. So if I want a function label, I want my all the my domain controller should be 2025. I don't want any 2016 to join this domain. So I will keeping very high security. Or I know there will be no the passwords. I don't want it to have read only. It is like my first domain controller. You can have definitely more domain controller and install that domain controller as a read only to the existing for but that's not in case here. There is no DNS delegation. NetBIOS name will pop up. Yeah, we just wait. Yeah, yeah. It has removed .local automatically. Next, where the database and sys log files and everything related to Active Directory will save. This is the location. And now it will verify if I have done something wrong, so it doesn't go further. So it will do a pre-check. It's quite easy like we do on the previous. Mm. All pre-check pass, please click install. Mm. So we have no issues. Our lab looks fine. So now we are hitting the button to install role on this machine. Creating directory partition, schemas, everything. You can read it. Now it has installed and it's asked me to restart the machine. And we are going to restart this machine now. And it has become a domain controller now. Hooray! Let's move further. So how easy is to install a 2025 machine and domain controller? Meanwhile, we can install VMware tools on our on client machine. Right click, install VMware tools. It's the same procedure we did on the previous. Double click and it's starting up. Preparing to install. Mm, Typical, no changes, just next. Now our domain controller is getting up. Let's see what we see now. And our client machine is also getting up. And our domain is 2025 lab.local. Correct. We installed it. Now we are restarting our client machine. Obviously, it's going to take some time when it's booting a first time as a domain controller from normal machine. This is expected. And in my lab, this is also expected because it's not enough resources for to get a better speed, which we are expecting. But it works, and I think it will work for you guys as well in your lab. And if you have budget, you can buy more hardware and build the labs there. Then you don't have to wait this much long. But I have run like 6 7 machines in my one physical machine, and it works fine. And I have tried many labs, many things actually. You would see in my other videos when I'm uploading, everything is running in this physical hardware which I have. And it doesn't have much RAM, it is just 16 GB RAM on my machine, I guess. And I just manage it, and I have a 8 core CPU. So when it works for me, it will work for you as well. I expect, until unless you're not building a very streaming server, big streaming server on your lab. Let's I'm trying to change the name on the client machine. Win 25C01 is my client machine. Yeah, I know it. It will reboot. So let's see what is happening here. It is still going on. I can go meanwhile here and remove the ISO. So we don't use a lot of resources. I'm trying to be very, very precise on where I'm allocating my resources on the machine. See, I'm up. All right, my password is different. Now I'm going in. We have to wait. It's applying computer policies. So be with me. So now the machine is up, and now we will do our first attempt login on our domain controller. See, it says 2025 lab, which is my guys. It worked. First attempt, and then we are in. There was no rocket science. There was easy way how you install in others. Now let's join our machines to the domain controller. Do we get hit to this? Yes, we get hit to our domain controller. Obviously, in your lab, you don't use administrator. You have some different accounts. And my domain passwords. How quick it was to join a machine to the domain controller. We start now. And we have joined one client machine to the domain controller. And where we found it, where we find it, we will find it in our Active Directory tool. So let's go. We can go via command. Where it is gone? Okay, we don't see it here. Okay, no problem. We have commands to do it. Microsoft will never change these commands. This machine is up, yeah, and let's see. Okay, let's do our first attempt to log in as a domain account on this machine. And we are just heading towards our ending of the video. If I will try administrator, it will go to the local. So what I will do, I will try my domain. Definitely I can create another. This is my password for my domain controller, not for this local machine. And I'm going with the domain, so it's hitting domain controller login. And we are going back to our machine, and we can go to the computers, and I will see this machine has joined the domain. So is it easy? Very easy. So let's start testing the stuffs. You could run IIS, you can run many things on the machines servers, if you need to. Just build it on 25 lab and just start testing out. Yeah, trying to show you my DNS server actually. I have installed a DNS role on this machine as well. So this is our machine which we just joined in, and it has an IP, and this is my domain controller. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and if you have any other demands, just write into the comments. I will try to fulfill your requirements and try to build the labs and everything for you. Enjoy. Have a nice day. Bye.